This video introduces base 10 equipment, explores the relationships between the pieces, and looks at an introduction to using it to explore decimals. We'll look at tenths in this video. We'll get to know the base 10 materials by introducing the different pieces first. Notice that the pieces are initially labelled by how they look, rather than having a value assigned to them, and are discussed in terms of their relationship to one another. It's the relationship that's important. After we understand this well, we can then use the pieces flexibly to explore both whole numbers and decimals. Ideally, you'll use the physical materials to explore the relationships, but if these are not available, you could explore them using digital manipulatives on either mathspot.com or on the Math Learning Centre. Let's start by naming the pieces. This is a small cube. This is a rod. How many small cubes fit into one rod? Pause the video and experiment with your own materials to figure out the answer to this question, then resume the video when you're ready. We can iterate or repeat one small cube 10 times when comparing it to a rod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 small cubes fit into one rod. We are now assigning a value to the rod. Answer the questions based on the rod having a value of one whole. Pause the video and experiment with your own materials to figure out the answer to this question. Then resume the video when you're ready. If the rod has a value of one whole, what is the value of one small cube? I can iterate one small cube 10 times into one rod. Therefore, one small cube is 1/10 the size of one rod. If one rod has a value of one whole, then one small cube has a value of 1/10 of one whole. We've briefly looked at an introduction to base 10 equipment, the relationship between the rod and the small cube, how to use the equipment to begin to make sense of decimals like tenths. Your teacher might have some follow-up activities for you to do to explore this further. Or you could take a look at one of our introductory lessons on decimals if you want to learn more about tenths.